A netizen shared this video clip in which Chinese physician and Dr. Zhong Nanshan shared a few thoughts on the effectiveness of COVID vaccines.
所有的希望放在疫苗是不对的，它有几个问题。一个呢，疫苗打了以后，一般1个月以后才有效果啊。打1针的话呢，3周以后，我们这个是打2针，那就算有效果，不会100%。将来你去到这个高发地区，你中了疫苗也需要有这个预防，两方面结合起来。
即便我们产生了抗体，也还是要有这种包括戴口罩之类的防控措施吗？
我现在不能够准确的回答。产生了抗体，对你自己是有很好的预防作用。它会不会感染？感染没有症状，没人知道；感染没有症状，但是会不会传给人，也没人知道。所以这个是新课题，这个不能够现在马上做出一个判断。
A netizen shared this video clip showing that indoor dining is already allowed in Chicago.
Hi everybody, I'm so excited we're in a restaurant. It's open.
It's freezing in Chicago, but we got indoor dining. We're the luckiest people in the world.
Serbian food today? What's your favorite food? Mine Italian, but...
Italian.
A netizen replied, California was ending its stay-at-home orders today. Last week, Chicago lifted restrictions on indoor dining. In the coming week, Michigan will also allow restaurants to open. And given that all of these happened right after Biden was officially inaugurated, there are only 2 possibilities. 1. Joe Biden created a miracle in this battle against COVID. Number 2. The restrictions placed on businesses in the name of COVID were all political in nature. A netizen shared this video clip. The thoughts that he shared are quite reflective of the current state of society in the US.
The real owners now, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy.
A netizen replied he must have already read the book The Naked Communist, Exposing Communism and Restoring Freedom, which was published back in 1958. Otherwise, it's hard to believe that he can be so clear-minded. A netizen replied, back when I first watched it, I didn't really understand what he was talking about. But now listening to it again, time has changed and so has my understanding. But it's just unfortunate that it is no longer possible for these to be changed. A netizen shared this video clip that has been widely circulating on Chinese social media, which may reflect that some Chinese people seem to be more clear-minded about the truth of the 2020 presidential election.
截至1月22日晚上10点，在 YouTube 网站上，一段由白宫官方账号发布的拜登就职典礼演讲视频，视频点赞数只有区7378人次，而点彩的人次则高达3.4万人次。此事在网上引起热议，很多人不解，拜登的支持者不是有7000多万吗？要不然也不会赢得总统大选，为什么拜登那么多粉丝却不给他点赞呢？还有人猜测，拜登的总 总统大位可能是偷来的。当上总统之后，他的支持者就失踪了。与拜登的窘境不同，尽管特朗普下台了，但是他依旧很风光，他的人气好像不降反升。据美国媒体称，日前特朗普离开白宫，前往佛罗里达州，开启自己的退休生活。美国数万民众闻讯后，自发为这位前总统送行。大批特朗普粉丝抵达佛罗里达州，从而形成了10里长街送总统的壮观场面。据美国媒体称，特朗普前往佛罗里达州海湖庄园途中，迎接他的群众队伍长达5英里，他们高呼着欢迎总统回家的口号，而特朗普则在车内向他们挥手致意。虽然失去了总统宝座，但特朗普在美国俘获的民心并不比拜登少，他的声望依旧居高不下，就连很受欢迎的奥巴马总统退休时，也没有那么多人为他送行。看到10里长街送总统的一幕，美国评论员也惊呆了，我简直不敢相信这是一位离任总统的待遇。特朗普究竟是怎么做到的？与特朗普喧嚣热闹的场面不同，美国新任总统拜登的就职典礼显得十分冷清。就职典礼上，除了士兵和警察外，几乎没什么观众。由于不信任为他保驾护航的2.5万勤王军，这些国民警卫队士兵曾遭到 FBI 的审问。在就职典礼当天，他们以沉默来表达抗议。当拜登的车队通过大批国民警卫队面前时，他们全部放下了武器和帽子，心不在焉地低着头，并不理会拜登向他们挥手示意。当拜登出现在自己面前时，其中几个弗吉尼亚州的国民警卫队士兵直接转身背对拜登，以此表达自己对拜登的不满和愤怒。据悉，美国 FBI 在就职典礼开始前曾以不安全为由抓捕了不少国民警卫队士兵，并对他们展开审讯工作，其中有大半弗吉尼亚籍士兵。从以上种种迹象来看，拜登在美国代表的民意并不如特朗普，而在成为美国总统第2天，拜登就因涉嫌滥用职权遭到了弹劾。
A netizen replied, before the Chinese Communist Party officially took power, the main tactic that it utilized was to demonize the nationalists in the name of standing up for justice and safeguarding the rights of the people. As a result, many ordinary Chinese people, especially the poor and the young, were all deceived. For those that do have a clear understanding about that part of history in communist China, should be even more clear-minded about what has happened and is still happening in America. It's so very similar to what the Communist Party of China has done to its own people. They sought to destroy traditions and the rule of law, all in the name of pursuing justice. Those that really do understand the true color of the Chinese Communist Party would then also have a clear understanding about the Democratic Party and the radical left, and would also note the importance of supporting President Trump. A netizen replied, some Chinese Americans who are supporting the Democratic Party seem to hold the belief that the Communist Party is different from the radical left, but in reality, communism is the advanced stage that the radical left strive to pursue. It is what would occur when the radical left has obtained dictatorial rule. This time, taking into consideration all that has transpired amid the 2020 presidential election, it may be clear that the Democratic Party in the US is attempting to follow this trajectory.
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring. Soon a dove flying high